Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions January 30, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. January 30, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. The United States Treasury Secretary just arrived in Iraq and it's a meeting with Sadani and the CBI on the news. Television is showing Iraq talking about an imminent launch of initiatives to give economic stability. Frank. Many American officials are going to Iraq. To see the new Secretary of Treasury join the CBI and Iraq and Sadani in his meeting is very big news. This is big. We have been waiting for this Secretary of Treasury to show up. I am excited to see what the results are after the meeting. January 30, 2025 Intel Guru Bruce. Via Wiser now, alright. So when we look at this, look at the concept of it could go in a couple of days. Thursday is in play, but it could just stretch us out to Friday, Saturday. If everything gets completed like we hope, we might be looking at something in the next couple of days before the end of the month. I'm looking forward to a really good week. Rest of the week, and possibly weekend. I'm excited about it and looking forward to it. So let's get ready to have everything that we're looking for come through. January 30, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat article. Hantush. Electronic payment reduces the cost of paper currency and supports economic transparency. In early January, the Finance Committee said this was their goal to market the electronic payment process. And I know from my CBI contact that this had to be accomplished to conduct the project to delete the zeros. Well, they are telling us this is now successful and done. What next? January 30, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z. Via PDK, my bank contacts were told to be prepared to work for the next few weekends. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 Back in November we noticed that banks stopped saying it was a scam. In December they still said we're not saying it was a scam. The first week of January banks kind of shut down. They became silent, leave me alone. That was an interesting pattern because they were all acting that way. January 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Between economic experts' warnings and government denial, the value of the Iraqi dinar is at stake. Quote. The Iraqi government has any intention to reduce the value of the dinar against the dollar, despite rumors indicating upcoming measures to confront economic pressures and challenges in the international market. Any change in the exchange rate during the current stage or within the 2025 budget schedules will lead to negative results. And that is why the government is committed to strengthening the current rate. The point of this article is that they will not devalue. Rumors are being squelched. These economists are not GOI officials. January 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram we learned the state-owned Iraqi Midland Oil Company said it has discovered huge oil reserves in the East Baghdad oil field. Quote, the new discovery is expected to add more than 2 billion barrels to Iraq's oil reserves. Iraq is floating on oil. According to previous surveys by the US government, there is much more oil to be discovered in Iraq. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z. Via PDK. Think about everything on the plate of the new US Secretary right now. The US has a freeze on money. And they are scrambling because the last administration spent 30% of our budget in just 19 days. But for some reason, just 9 days into the new administration, in his first few days as Treasury Secretary, Mr. Bessant's US Treasury team is off to the Middle East into Iraq. A country with an almost worthless currency according to world views. We know better and the Middle East knows better. But for some reason, it's a priority to have the US Treasury over there. I'll let you guys figure out why. But it will tell you how close we are right now. January 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. Iraq on the threshold of an economic renaissance. Al-Sadani's advisor reveals plans for the next stage. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 we're waiting right now for this parliament to stop acting stupid, in the sense of passing the laws, passing the amendment 12 to 2C that we want. That's it. It'll open up the budget and expose a lot. That's what these banks, in the Middle East, have been told. That's why they're on pins and needles. The next step of the monetary reform process is going to affect every bank on this planet Earth. Well, every bank that is involved in exchanging foreign currency. And they all know it. Why do you think the US Treasury is meeting all over the place? They all are on pins and needles waiting for this to happen. January 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman After 21 years Article 140 looks to be completed to me. This is a major sign that Iraq is going to get the people their purchasing power, oil going to flow next, electricity is going to be flowing. There's no coincidences, the money is going to start flowing. January 29, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru Walkingstick President Trump put the world on notice that the American dollar will be the reserve currency of the world with or without you. Trump protects the United States dollar and the IQD. Our military forces have poured into Iraq from one area to refortify what we have. Why? To protect the reforms, to protect the currency. Trump was saying I'll take your oil but I'm going to drill baby. Therefore I'll take a new exchange rate for the IQD that I have in my reserves and deal or no deal. January 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Our relationship with America will become stronger with an initiative that al-Sudani will announce soon. Expectations of his advisor, quote, Al-Din, the Prime Minister's advisor for foreign affairs, expected Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani to announce a pioneering financial initiative that he said could change the business landscape in Iraq and strengthen its relationship with the United States. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 If you were the board of BP, British Petroleum, and you were about to sign a massive oil deal with Iraq, are you seriously going to sign it at 1310? You've never signed it before. Show me something you've signed in the last 20 to 30 years with Iraq's oil company. No, they got their own oil company, don't they? BP, why out of nowhere? On the 1st of February? If we go past February the 1st and BP still hasn't signed it, what does that tell you? There's a new exchange rate and they're waiting for it. If the new exchange rate comes out before February 1st, yeah, they'll sign. January 29, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat article. Iraq boosts financial stability with huge dollar and gold reserves in US, Europe. Boy, oh boy, they're teasing us dinar investors once again. They are flaunting their wealth once again, but the IQD is still at 1/6 of a penny and not traded on Forex? Meanwhile, Iraq has 43% more oil reserves than Kuwait, and just founded 2 more major wells besides. Kuwait is at 1 Kuwaiti dinar equals 3 United States dollars and 25 cents on Forex. If we pay attention we can see the writing is on the wall and their economists see it now too. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK, the region demands more dollars and the center and the south rise up and refuse to pass the budget. We had seen articles like this in Kuwait just before they released their RV. The same back and forth in articles, and Kuwait said they were not going to increase the rate for 6 months the same exact day they released it. China and Germany did the same thing. I was told that there is so much pressure and Iraq has agreed to settle in the next 3 days. Also, they have a team already in Baghdad from the Kurdish region with great hope to settle this debate on the budget tables. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net